Hello, this is Malorian, and this will be a 2,500 point game featuring my Bretonnians up against some Warriors of Chaos. Alright, so first thing I want to say about my Bretonnians is that, I really do love the army. It was the very first fantasy army I ever had, but one thing that always holds me back is the painting. Bretonnians are supposed to be bright and all this stuff, and I'm really good at the darker painting, mainly because I'm not that skilled. And so this is a knight that somebody else painted for me. Unfortunately, after he was done the first night, he had to stop the commission because he just got too busy with other stuff. But man, if I could get these guys painted, I'd be bringing them to more tournaments. And this is going to be a Skype game. It's up against a fellow from Memphis. I've played him a couple times before, but I just want to kind of give you this picture before the game because I always try and comment on this, but just another reminder that whenever I'm doing my deployment, I do it all beforehand because to kind of wait for them to come in, go back and forth would be fairly difficult. So I just go into it deploying everything, which really means that I have to do it trying to guess where he might be and making sure I have a very balanced deployment. The game we're playing is going to be Blood and Glory, which could actually help me given what his list was. But what we got here is I'm really going for my list having lots of knights. That's the way I like playing my Bretonnians. I don't like having peasants. I don't like taking lots of characters. I like having lots and lots of knights on the table. One, because it looks better, and two, because, well, why have these paladins when you can just have an entire other unit? I mean, I understand the whole thing of having a front rank of paladins and playing that whole game, but you know what? That's just not my thing. There's ways around it. You have to worry about death magic. You have to worry about different stuff like that. I just rather have lots of knights and just smash people's faces in. Plus the fact that you need to really worry about steadfast in this game, and so you pretty much need these big blocks as a Bretonnian to try and get past it. Now, what I have on here is either unit on the flank, is I have 9 questing knights, then I have a big unit of 12 Grail Knights, 2 units of 15 of the Knights Errant, and one of them has a Knights Errant banner, the further one there by the house, and then I have a unit of 12 Knights of the Realm, and in there I have a level 4 Prophetess using life, and she also has a scroll. And in there too, I have a BSB that has, the Grommel Helm and a Sword of Battle, basically, +1 strength. Now, on the other side here, what he's going to have, and I'm just going to kind of read it off of his list just to make sure I got this all right, but on the far left, you can see he has 14 warriors. They are the Mark of Corn, they have the Banner of Flame, they have halberds, they have shields, and they have a banner and a champion. The big unit there, well, he's going to have 2 war shrines, which is going to be showed up by my chariots, but then his big unit is 27 warriors with musician and banner of discipline, and in there they have shields, they have the Mark of Tzinch, and another champion. He has another unit of 14 warriors, and they are actually Mark of Tzinch, so they have halberds and shields and full command. He also has in the larger unit 2 characters. He has a BSB that's Mark of Tzinch, Shield, Dawnstone, Favor of the God, Shrieking Blade, Dragon Helm, Sporific Musk, and he also has a level 3 Death Wizard that has a Crown of Command, which I actually forgot he had, so that's not so good for me. Anyway, then flying around, if you see the one goblin that's on an Abyssal Terror, that's actually his level 4, that's his general, and it has, the Mark of Tzinch, a 4+ ward, and the disc, obviously. The other one that's being showed by a hopper is then a level 2 that's on the disc, has the Mark of Tzinch, has Third Eye, Dispel Scroll, and also the Golden Eye of Tzinch. So really looking at this, we're on polar ends of what we're doing for our lists. I'm going for troops, and he has a lot of his points in characters. And I know I've faced him before, and it's something where I think it'd be a big bad thing for him to have. Oh, sorry, I have 3 Pegasus Knights as well that vanguarded up. But the big thing is that I already know from playing him now that not only is it a fairly major point denial, because like in this game, I'm probably not going to be able to kill his 2 flying units, and that's a lot of points he can save as he's flying around casting magic at me. Meanwhile, he has some very deadly magic, and he can very quickly change the course of the battle by getting off Purple Sun. He has got some pretty crazy Purple Suns off against me, and it's definitely something to worry about. So when I was looking at this game here, I guess just for some terrain to go off quickly, we have a river on either corner. You can see there's some forest in here. The one that he's in right now is the one that gives fear, it turned out. The one building that's all destroyed, that's a haunted mansion, and then there's a regular building and a blessed bulwark on the far right there. And yeah, my real plan going into this was actually to go for the 2 units of 14, because if I can smash those, I'll get the points, and I can just kind of win from there. But the biggest thing is I have to see how he's doing with his magic. I'll have to get in there as fast as possible. Maybe if he's not careful with his discs, I can charge them and get some combat res, but I'm really only going to dedicate to the main block if I can get a lot into it at one time. So I pray, so he gets first turn automatically. He's moving up, and one of the things that hurt him is he marched through the one forest on the left side. Turned out to be a venomous thicket, so he took some damage there. A couple of guys died. Otherwise, he got his one level 3 way up there. Oh, sorry, no, the level 2 on the disc, farther up there to cast some magic and stuff. Probably also to bait me, because of course I have my Knights Errant that have to test. Normally I would have my Pegasus block them, so I don't need to worry about that, but because I vanguarded up because it looked like he was going to be just defensive, so now this is going to come and bite me in the butt. Otherwise, I shut down pretty much everything except for he gets off Pandemonium, and then his 2 War Altars go and beef up his unit so that they have something like +1 leadership, and also their armor is 1 better. Now, my turn 1, I decided to kind of go in and make kind of a chance here. I know most people don't like questing knights. I think they're great because, hey, if you run into something that's steadfast or has a crown, the only way you do damage after the charge is with these guys here, if you're going all knights. So I got my questing knights here, and really the way I looked at it is I could back up and try and bide for some time, but really this is probably going to be the best situation. He's not beefed up here. He's already lost a few models, so maybe I can come in here and break them, and then all of a sudden I'm really in a much better position. So that's what we're going to do and see how it goes. End of my turn then, it looks like this. So my knights with the errantry banner, they did fail, especially with Pandemonium up, and then they charged his disc. He fled just to get them out of the way anyway. I fail. There you go. Otherwise, I'm just moving up my knights and my Pegasus to the flank. I really like this position. I'm now in a good spot where I can multi-charge, and really I don't care if I have to send in guys through the forest to charge them. I'll lose a couple, but the main thing is I should be able to just kill a whole bunch and just be able to break him that way. Either way, though, I mean, if he goes up with the block, I'm set up to hit him there. But man, in the magic phase, I was able to get off the Flesh to Stone, which I really thought was going to be helping me out down there, and it was going to be a guaranteed win. But he just got a little bit higher than average, I think. Killed off more guys than I thought. I killed almost nothing, and there you go. So, I mean, it was kind of a risky thing. I was kind of just throwing it out there, and it obviously failed. The only thing I have good going for me is that it should be a no loss, because I'll go back. I'm going to be able to rally, and he's actually getting no points here. Meanwhile, I kind of took them out of the game. So that's not really that bad. His turn 2, though, and this is a game changer. He gets off his Purple Sun, gets maximum distance, and runs it through all 4 of these blocks here. And you can see here, they were all devastated, and this is just horrific news, because now I just lost so many knights, so many of the ranks, because like my Knights Errants are supposed to be the ones there to take away Steadfast, and both of them lost, 2 ranks worth of guys each. So this was just a massive blow. It got even worse when the unit that was closer of Knights Errant failed their test and then bumped over my units and were off the board. So, wow, a real big blow. That was with Irresistible Force. That's the reason why I didn't scroll it. And he did kill a couple of his warriors and do a wound to his level 3 there. So that's something. Otherwise, though, it looks even worse, because he charges me with his Corn Warriors. I flee, I get away, but then he passes his redirect, something I didn't really think of, and so now he's facing the flank here as well. So not only did I mess up that charge, they're now in a even better position, where now they're in a flanking position. And I was just lucky he failed. Well, not lucky, it was a long charge. It's a good thing he failed his charge there. Otherwise, he's just moving up a little bit more, and yeah, I'm in a real bad spot. I mean, when I'm looking at this, I really don't want to send the Pegasus into the rear of those warriors, because with all of his attacks, he's just going to slaughter me. So what I could do is I could either throw my 2 blocks into his warriors there on the right and then try and reform and go from there. But the way I'm looking at this, I just need things to change. I mean, by the time I go through there and turn around, who knows if I'll even break that. I'll lose guys going through the woods, and they'll be hitting me with more magic. I figure I just got to go for this. And so here we go. On his main block, I got my Grail Knights, I got my Knights of the Realm, I got my Pegs in the flank, so just a ton of hitting power there. And then my Knights Errant, they failed their test to not charge again, but they rolled double sixes in order to charge these guys here. So I mean, they're going to die, but the main thing is all about this main combat here. And after combat, it looked like this. So, obviously, his warriors beat me on the one side. In the magic phase, I tried putting down Flesh to Stone, but he stopped it. And, yeah, it just did not go well. Pretty much, he attacked me. He killed, some, not too bad. But on my return, I just did not kill enough at all. One of the things I was kicking myself for is that if I just would have killed 2 more, I'd taken away Steadfast. But actually, now that I just remind myself going through the list, he would have had Crown of Command anyway. He held, and now I'm just screwed. So his turn 3, he's charging my fleeing errands to make them run even more. And I got flanks and these war altars or war shrines, whatever it is, coming into my guys as well. So just, yeah, it's going to be done. And after it's all done, he breaks my 2 blocks there. They're running off and gone. I think one of them maybe even got ran down. But yeah, either way, those 2 blocks that ran away, they're just forget about them. They're gone. And then on the other side there, I mean, my Pegasus Knights luckily were able to stay there. But of course, now he reformed, faced them, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, the only good thing I see now is I got a flank charge for my questing knights on his warriors, but that's just a little bit something here at the end. So my turn 3, the questing knights go in, I beat them, I break them, I ran them down, hey! Otherwise, he beats my last Pegasus Knight, and he's running away. My other knights rally, and that's all I have. So his turn 4, his 1 warriors and the level 2 go into the knights. They beat them, and I run off the board. The 1 war shrine went into my flank, and I thought I might be okay, but no, he just crushed me, and I'm fleeing there too. And then he also sent my other Pegasus off the board. And then my turn 4, I just failed to rally, I run to here, and then on his turn 5, he just has to charge me and send me off the board. So, victory to the Warriors of Chaos, and it was a little bit anticlimactic for me, because I wanted to see if I was going to be able to get in there and do the big charge. I was all set up for it. All I need is, on that one turn, when he casted the Purple Sand, was not to get Irresistible Force, so I could have scrolled it. Then I could add my glorious turn 2 Bretonnian charge. But as it was, I had to pretty much just go for something that was a desperate gambit, because at that point, killing the warriors on the flank wasn't going to be enough points for me to win anyway. And yeah, so just kind of went, and it just kind of shows that this is one of those things where some of that magic is so powerful, and it's nothing where I'm saying it's broken or anything like that. It obviously has its place in the game, but it's one of those things where when dice go your way and it happens, boom, it wins you the game. I know I've had my own army there with the Foot of Gork basically winning me the game, taking off its entire army on the first turn. But sometimes you don't have winds of magic, or sometimes it just gets dispelled and does nothing. So, unfortunately in this game, that's how it went, and it took me off, and there you go. Obviously, looking back, I did make mistakes as well. I don't think my questing knight should have done that early charge. I really should have just backed up and really forced him to come towards me if he didn't want to show off his flank. But whatever, that's the way the game goes. We had a good time, and at least if nothing else was done fast, we could get back to the weekend. But I also, for you guys watching, have something else to share. So, for those that remember, I was hoping to go to a tournament named Bregan Rights. It's a tournament I was going to be going with Once Bitten, actually. ETC, we'd be on the same team, and it was just going to be amazing. Unfortunately, that fell apart, and it was just kind of a real downer, letdown for all of us. So, looking at this, I was disappointed, Once Bitten was disappointed, and at the top of it, though, the silver lining was that I was already approved to do a long-range kind of like vacation tournament. So, with that in mind, I said, hey, Once Bitten, what's the biggest tournament you have in your area? And he said, oh, well, it's this Brawler Bash. So I looked into it. It's a massive 3,000-point tournament, 5 games over 2 days, way over there in North Carolina when I'm coming from Alberta. But hey, I got approved from the missus, and it's all allowed to go, so I signed up, and I'm really looking forward to this. So I'm already all signed up. I just have to do my plane tickets and stuff. But yeah, I'll get to go there. I'll get to see guys like Once Bitten. For you guys that are on Warseer, there'll be guys like Shimmer Gloom and all this stuff too. So really neat to see these guys that I've been talking to on the forums for a long time, or with Once Bitten, seeing him on Skype, and just actually get to be there in person and play some games and have some fun and relax. So that's going to be coming up here. I'm still working on my list, but when that is ready to go, I'll share it with you. And man, get ready for some great tournament reports and some probably one-on-one talks with Once Bitten. So there you go, and thanks for watching. Bye.